Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, let's see. If you are here, leave a comment. It is Monday. I'm trying to see if it's showing over there on my computer. It is Monday, April. There I am. Oh my goodness. That was almost a minute and a half, so I won't look at the computer anymore. And now I see that perhaps my feed is not very good here. So I hope that we get back in the blue. Okay. Anyway, welcome. It's Monday, April 11th. My name is Pat. I'm from Akron, Ohio, in the United States. So if you're joining in for the first time, welcome. And I hope you like my channel, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube. And it's been a rainy, stormy afternoon. Oh my goodness, I was getting my things ready and there was lots and lots of thunder. See, it's still showing yellow. So I'll wait about one more minute and then go ahead and get started. I don't know why it said video has ended on over there on Facebook. So I don't know what the deal is. Okay, Gloria, you're here. Okay, thank you for letting me know, because I'm looking on the computer and it says I'm not on Facebook, and I think it's because maybe of the weather. But anyway, you're here, so that's good. We're going to get going. Heavy, deep breath here, because I feel like I've been moving out of my house. The flooring is supposed to start tomorrow. And the reason I was not live last week was because I had some painting done. And he ended up being here the whole week, doing a room and a hallway, and also some other repair work that needed to be done in the living room. So hopefully this will be a major change in my life. I'm very excited. And welcome, Sue. Hello, hello. Let me see here. Okay, I don't know, but you guys are on Facebook, and I just want to make sure everything's okay, and I will not look back over at the computer again. It's just showing that I don't have a good stream coming in, and I hope I don't have to stop and start over again, because that would make me really crazy. All right, let me flip down to my desktop and just show you a copy of the new annual catalog that will go live on May 3rd. And as with any of our catalogs on the pre-order, we cannot show the inside until it is live to customers. So it's lovely, lovely. And I'm very excited to show you something new out of it today, along with a new, maybe new to you, technique of using a napkin to make a card. It's not a fun fold. It's not a napkin fold. I think there are those out there too. It is a napkin. You will never look at a pretty napkin the same way again. Trust me. So I'm going to put this away. Trying to catch up here. I have two cards from, okay, now it shows that I'm frozen. My hand isn't moving. Okay, things are going to be a little bit slow here today, so I apologize. I have two cards of comment winners from the last 2 weeks and the previous week, because I couldn't do it last week because I wasn't really live. The previous week for the Daffodil Daydream set. This was on March 28th. That is going to go to Fran Silvas. So Fran, I don't think you're here yet, but I may be seeing you at some point in the future. You're going to be getting that one. And then Sue, you're going to get this one. You're going to get the this was the Dahlia Days. So you're going to be getting that one. And I will drop that off to you along with a catalog since you're close and local. So that'll be after things get all kind of cleaned up upstairs. So it'll either be the beginning of next week after Easter or maybe later in the week. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to leave my house while the workers are here. So anyway, my stamping is keeping me sane, and it's still showing that I'm on the yellow. So let's get started. All right. If you have never made a card with a napkin, I'm going to show you how. And I was looking for some napkins, and I know I have some in my house, but unfortunately they're packed. Although I did go to a box out on my breezeway, and I found a pack of napkins this morning that I'll show you a sample of that I think you're going to really like. It's really pretty. But these I picked up yesterday at the Dollar Tree, and these are probably more like the kind that you would put in maybe in your powder room or something, and people are always afraid to use them, right? They never know whether to use them because they're so pretty, and then you just hate to throw it away. But anyway, these were from the Dollar Tree, and I think they were like $1.25. A whole pack of them. And when you see this, you will be excited too. Okay, I'm going to set that one aside for a second and grab this. And the key to making hey Fran, you're here. You are going to get this card. You were the comment winner from 2 weeks ago. So I know, oh golly, ooh, that's fuzzy. So I apologize. I'm going to blame it on the weather. So hopefully that we last the whole time. So I'll move along. All right. These came from the Dollar Tree. So they're quite large, bigger than your normal cocktail napkin or even a dinner napkin, which I think is more square. So again, these could be used for anything. Oh goodness, I'm fuzzy. But the key to making the card is to take off a back layer. And most of your napkins are 2-ply or sometimes a 3-ply if it's probably a little bit more expensive one. And actually I looked on Amazon for some gorgeous napkins, and it was a brand that I recognize, and they were $6. Goodness sakes. So let me see. Let me grab my little pokey tool here. These are gorgeous, and I may have to stop there and see if they have more. But I think they're like 20 in a pack. And when I turn this over, if I can get my fingernail going here. Here we go. Yes. All right. So let me show this. You need to pull this off. Let me get my fingers going here. There we go. You need to pull this off. So I think things are kind of frozen right now. And carefully pull that part off. There, I see things now. So pull this off. And now this is the part that you could use it for something else, trust me, but this is the part now that you can wipe your hands on and throw away, and then save this to make some cards. So I hope that made you chuckle a little bit. So this part you can throw away, although I did see somebody made something with this too. It's just like tissue paper. So you could use it, you know, for tissue paper. So I'm going to laugh because it's just so crazy the things you can do. But anyway, I had already done that with one other card, with one other of those. But if you look at this one, oh, I can probably get 4 cards out of this one, like part here, and then the same thing down at the bottom. And the colors are just gorgeous. And I saw many Stampin' Up! Colors in this napkin. I'm going to use Blushing Bride today. I've got one made with Pale Papaya. And I actually made one with one of our new in colors. So you'll get to see all those samples. So I'm going to need to cut this apart. And somebody asked me, because I had a group meeting yesterday, if you could use a paper trimmer. Well, I found that the paper trimmer kind of pulled on the delicate fibers of this, so I prefer to use some scissors to cut this apart. So let me spread this out again, and the part that I'm going to use is 5 by 3 3/4. So that's why I know I can get 4 cards out of this one napkin. So what I'm going to do first is kind of lay my cardstock on here and grab my scissors and cut around, leaving about a 1/2 inch border. And if you go on YouTube or Pinterest, you will see a lot of others who have done these, some way long ago in the past. This has been around for a long time. So I guess it's getting a resurgence and people are doing napkin cards again. So this is the way this is going to go. And you can kind of decide how much of that you want to show. And the adhesive part is what is, you can do many different ways. You could use our liquid glue and probably brush it on, because you need glue over the whole piece. So that's one option, and maybe sponge it on. I found that a little bit cumbersome, and I didn't like the way my napkin really stuck to the paper. I've all with a glue stick. I did get glue sticks at the Dollar Tree. I think they were 4 for, I think everything there is now about $1.25. 4 for $1.25, but it's not a good quality glue stick. So if you choose to use the glue sticks, I would opt for maybe the Elmer's glue, and I think it's purple when it comes out, and you rub it on something and then it dries clear, I think. I don't have any of that. Again, I've got these, I don't know, whoops, I'll use it for something, I don't know what, but I'm not going to use that for the napkins. The best one is a Stampin' Up! Product that we have, and that is our adhesive sheets. And the adhesive sheets are on page 167 in the current catalog, and they're $10. You get 12 of these, and they're 6 by 12. So basically, you're getting 6 sheets of 12 by 12 paper for $10. And this, you can use small pieces for small, tiny, detailed things. I'm going to use a small piece for one of the sentiments that I'm going to cut out today. But when you pull this out of the package, I'll get a complete one here, because I save all my little bits. I don't know if you can see it here, but there are separations when you cut your paper so that you can peel it off for making your detailed designs. And it's great for those large detailed dies, or I'm going to do one today that will make it very easy where liquid glue just doesn't cut it. Spray adhesive, you probably could if you've got it. I used to use spray adhesive for something a long time ago, and I think you have to probably put it in a box so it doesn't overspray on something. But heck, yeah, I think spray adhesive would work too. I think, aren't there some low tack ones too, Sue? I think the last time I used spray adhesive, I was doing some sewing stuff. I think I was doing some fabric with it. But sure, that would work. Give it a try. So I need a piece of that adhesive that is this size. And I do already have a piece cut and ready to go. Actually, I didn't think of spray adhesive. I will have to try that because I think I have some that's probably still good, tucked away. All right, I have already adhered this to a piece of, oh wait, I'm going to use that for something else. Duh. Sorry about that. Here's my piece. Okay, so I do have a piece that is already cut to the 5 by 3 3/4. And you want to peel these off. I feel like I'm not, since everything is so choppy here, that I'm not doing a very good job with this. But anyway, it's very, very sticky, and I'm going to peel that off. I don't know if you can, I'm half afraid to zoom in, and lay that down on my card. So basically this is a double adhesive. And then lay this one down. And then this one down. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that that's adhered to my cardstock. And now you peel this off, and it's again very sticky. Just throw that away. And I'm going to use my little pokey tool so I don't get it on my fingers. There we go. And that already started to peel up the other one, so that's good. And if you get any on your fingers, you can just kind of rub them together and it goes away. See, it doesn't want to let go of that either. Now I'm going to lay down my napkin. And one of the reasons that I'm doing it the way I like to do it is I've got extra space here around the edge. I've seen some that cut it exactly to the same size, and then if you get it a little wonky or something, it's not gonna mat. It's not gonna mat well for you. So I like to have a border around the edge and wrap it around. And even if you get some crumples in there, some little things, I'm going to run this through an embossing machine and make it even prettier. So now turn it over. And here is where we have the fun. Okay, just like you would do if you were doing some sewing. Cut a little edge off of there so it kind of gives you a mitered edge. And now I can toss that away. And now you can just use some regular adhesive and fold those flaps in. There we go. And one more. Okay, that one's going to stick out, but I'll trim it off. Okay, so there we go. And that would be just fine. But I think it needs to be kicked up a notch. So I'm going to run it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm using a standard embossing folder. You know, we have 3D embossing folders, and then we have the standard ones. The 3D are much thicker than this. This is a regular one. So for the sandwiching, for the regular embossing folders, you need plate 1 and 2 plate 3s. We take off the die adapter for the thin dies. So it's plate 1, and now I'm going to put this in here. This is the Pretty Flowers embossing folder, and it is carrying over. It's one of my favorites. And it's going to have flowers embedded in there. And sandwich that on there. Let's see, I usually do this standing up. We want the folded end to go in first. And what this does, it not only makes it even prettier, it embeds all that adhesive into the cardstock. So that stuff's not going to go anywhere. I'm going to use that again in a minute. When I will need this. So now take a look at this. It not only gives it a lot of good texture, but it's so, so pretty. Okay, now the rest of this is going to be easy peasy to put this card together. So I have a card base of basic white, a piece of Blushing Bride that is 5 1/4 by 4, and then the piece that we just did that is 5 by 3 3/4. There's a tiny, tiny little part there that I want to cut off. There we go. And I call that kind of embedding. So what you've done is to embed all of that on there, and it just really makes the card, takes it from 1 to 10, I guess. So now let's get it going with some sentiments and a new stamp set. This is a new one in the new catalog. It's called Sending Smiles, and it wasn't initially on my wish list to get. As a demonstrator, we can pre-order a month before, so I got my things last week, and I'm glad I added this. I love the word sending. Yes, it does look quilted. Absolutely. Sending, and then all these different sentiments. Smiles across the miles, all the good luck your way. Again, with the word sending preceding all of these. Sunshine to brighten your day, love and big hugs, birthday wishes, a note of thanks, a card to say hello, and comfort and strength. So since I'm going to use this one for one of our comment winners who might not have a birthday or need comfort and strength, I'm going to choose a note of thanks or sunshine to brighten your day. Which one? Now, we've got longer ones and some shorter ones. So in the die set, we have sentiment strips that can be cut out as well. And I'm going to go with the sunshine to brighten your day. And I have already pre-cut some of these. So let's hope I get it straight. So that one is going to need this longer one. So there's sunshine to brighten your day. Let's see, I hope I've got a block here that will work. And if you didn't know this on the photopolymer, sometimes if you want to put that on your block and you know that it's going to curve a little bit, lay it down on your stamp table, your work table, and make sure it's straight there, and then take your block, and it can be at an angle, and pick it up, and it will stay straight. And I'm going to use basic gray. Sometimes on a colored cardstock like this, when it's light and we've got some pastel colors going there, I don't want to use the black that we get with the Memento or the StazOn. So I want to use the basic gray. And I cut out a few of these, so I hope I get it right the first time. See if my head's in the way. Woo! That's pretty good. Got it right the first time. Now here's another trick for you. The piece, I have not glued this down yet, so the piece that's going to go below this is going to have the word sending. One of the nice things about this die set is that we've got a shadow stamp, or excuse me, a shadow die that goes behind here, and then the word sending. Sending I am going to cut out with an adhesive sheet. So, but this is the trick. I know that this is going to go on top of this. So let's use the middle of that to cut out our word. So now for this, I'll bring the machine back again. And it's just a way to save your paper. So for this, I need plate 1. This is where the plate 2 comes in. A plate 3. And I'm going to put that sending shadow die right in the middle. and run that through. So there we go with that. And while I've got the machine up here, I've got that piece that already has some adhesive on it that I'm going to use with the sending die. So that I'm going to put right up at the top because I've got more adhesive on that I can use for other cuts, and run that through. So that has adhesive on it already. Now we're done with die cutting. And other than the fact that I needed this larger piece of paper to show you that trick, here's the trick too. I don't want to lose my little eye. I don't want to lose that. That these could be used with the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I only use the big one to show you how we can do this. So now I'm going to adhere this to that. Let's get my flowers going the right way. Normally, I put adhesive on the smaller sheet that's going to go on the larger one, but because this is like tissue paper, I had a fear that the adhesive, especially using the seal adhesive, would pull on that and tear it. So in this case, I went ahead and put my adhesive on the larger sheet, making sure that I stayed in close enough so that it didn't come out here. I hope that part makes sense. And now I'm going to add Stampin' Dimensionals to pop this up on the card. And I'm down here to the edges of my dimensionals. So I'm just going to cut those off and put them all over because I don't want this to collapse in the middle. And let's see, let's put one there and then one up here in the corner. Gloria, I would bet that you've got some gorgeous napkins. Isn't that going to be fun? Yes, you will love it. As I said at the beginning, you never will look at a napkin the same way again. And I know we hate to use pretty napkins in people's powder rooms or bathrooms. So, and I can't tell you how many times I've been to like a birthday party or some kind of a reception and, oops, got my finger caught on that one. That one is already off there. And tucked that napkin in my purse to take home. I don't know why, just because I thought it was pretty. So now I'll probably do that more again. Okay, let's get this going the right way and pop that on the card. There we go. And now we've got sending that has adhesive on the back. So I need to poke that out, but I don't want to lose my eye. The little dot on the eye is right here. Although I could use bling. If you lose it, you know, just use some bling. And I'll be putting some bling on the card anyway. So let's pull that off. Pop out all those little pieces. Yes, so I'm funny sometimes. Oh, makes me happy. And then there should be one of those little breaks in the adhesive back here, but I can't exactly see where it is because this is so thin. So you can use your pokey tool or play around with your fingernail. There, I got it. To pull that off. Okay, now there was a break in that where there was a part of the adhesive sheet that had the divider in it. So now I need to start it over again. Oh dear. Okay. Let's start at this end. I'm sorry, I have to concentrate. I can't talk and concentrate. There we go. All right. So now this is pretty flimsy, and you can see why that is the adhesive, having the adhesive on there is so helpful. So then you just start laying it down slowly. Don't plop it down so it sticks where you don't want it to. And then just kind of guide it through that background shadow. There's my I and the N and G. So there we've got sending, and I'm going to try and get the I out of here. So I got the little backing off of it. Let's see if I can line that up. That might be tough. Okay, and put that. Nope, that didn't work. Okay. There we go. We got the dot on the I. Okay, let's finish the card. Now what's nice is you can put dimensionals on the back of the shadow part. It's definitely large enough to pop that up and really make it stand out on the card. And you kind of need a lot of these little baby dimensionals, but it's worth it. Dimensionals are something that really makes your cards stand out. Okay. And the fun part is picking all those off, either with your fingernail or a pokey tool. Helps a little bit too. Might want to put another one there on that, the letter I. Okie dokie. Let's add one little strip there on the I. That was, looks like it needs something else. Somehow I don't know if it's because of the bad connection or what, but I don't feel like I'm in the screen here. So my apologies if things aren't showing up. There we go. Okay, let's put that at an angle. Sending. And then we've got sunshine to brighten your day. And this is just wide enough for also for some mini dimensionals along there too. All right, almost done. We'll add some bling, and now I've got little baby dimensional backings all over me. Sunshine to brighten your day. All right, and I looked through the catalog, and the champagne rhinestones are still carrying over. I am so excited. I love those, and they look great with this. They have just the right amount of pink. And so I'm going to add some, let's see, let's get my pokey tool here. Some bling, and it's such a pretty color. The champagne color is just gorgeous. Put one there and one over here. All right. I've got some more samples to show you, and then we'll wrap it up. And this has been kind of crazy because I keep looking at things that aren't being shown. So there's our card today. And somebody's going to get this one. So I've got lots of comments today. I think that's great. And I always wait to see if there are any comments also on YouTube. I don't see any there today yet. So when that one should be live there too. So there's our card. Let me show you my other samples. I got started on this morning, and then I couldn't stop. And that's when I started to go and look for more napkins in a box that was already packed up out on the breezeway. So I did do a couple more with these napkins. And here's a thank you one. And I don't know if you can see, there's a thank you. And this I ran through with the gingham embossing folder, and it is going to stay. And this is with the die set that's called Amazing Thanks. That's in the mini catalog, and I believe that's carrying over too. And added some pearls, and then I put Wink of Stella on that one too. I really like that one too. And then this is one that is pretty much the same that I just did. And this is our new Sweet Sorbet Red. And again, same thing. I really like that one. This is one that I decided to do this morning rather than just make it plain. I did the same size. I think that's the same size. These are, each strip is 1 1/4. So it ended up being 4 1/4. And then I cut it into strips just to give it a bit of a different dimension than what I've been doing on all the others. And this is pale papaya ribbon. And then the Just Because comes from the ranunculus. I think that's how you pronounce that flower, that word, along with the champagne rhinestones. Now, wait for this one. Oh my gosh. This is when I went digging. And let me show you a new stamp set. It's called Bottled Happiness. And this will be in the new catalog. And it comes with a bottle punch and also bottle little plastic things that you can make to put, it's like a shaker in it. But anyway, that overlaps into that. I've really not played with this much except for today when I found these napkins. Oh my gosh. I found these wine napkins in my stash. And it's just a little cocktail napkin, but there are 4 images on the napkin. So again, you can get 4 out of each one. So many of napkins only have something on one part and not on all 4 pieces. And again, make sure, I can't emphasize enough to make sure that you take that extra ply off before you do any of your cards, or your card will fall apart. The pretty part will fall off. But look at these cards I made. Oh my gosh. I did this one and put it all on the adhesive, and then I cut out around it to mount it on here. And then one of the sentiments in there is let's get into the spirit. So that one made me happy. And then I put Wink of Stella on the little glass of wine on the Merlot. And then this is Mary Merlot cardstock. Then I did one more, a little bit different, and it's Mary Merlot. And then I just tore across the top and then put this piece underneath, poked some holes to put the linen thread through. And again, these were all run through an embossing folder. Both of these were run through the embossing folder. And then I didn't put a sentiment on the front of this. So I was really excited about these because I just think they're gorgeous. Thank you, Sue. I appreciate that. Sometimes I don't know where it comes from. I truly tell you. Except a long time ago, I had done a card. Where did I put it? I think I put it away now. That had this kind of a design. And it was really old in my stash of things that I kept. And so that's where I got the idea for that one. And it had some vellum on it and everything. So it was really, really different. So I have to kind of bring that back again too. So anyway, oh my goodness, we've been on here for a long time. So I will sign off and let you go. And I want to wish you a great rest of the week. I know we've got Easter coming up on Sunday, so I'm excited for that too. And I want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful, happy Easter. And I will see you next Monday. And I'll be able to tell you all about my new floors. And hopefully it's it's all back together. So there's my face again. Have a great week. Be safe.